Hey, how you doing? Thank you for tuning in. This is Sales Bowl. My name is Duran Peebles. This is where sellers become champions through kingdom mentality. Okay. Now, if you're here to become a better seller, you came to the right place. Okay. I've been selling stuff since I was 8 years old. I never came across nothing that I cannot sell. Objectives, bring them my way. I don't care what kind of objective it is. I can overcome it. I can teach you how to sell whatever you're selling and you struggling with and having trouble. Let me know. Drop it in the comment and we can work through it together. So first thing I want you to know, sales is all about key factors. And there's a couple key factors I want you to really pay attention to. Okay. When the customers come to you, they come to you because they don't know, they don't understand the decision they're about to make. That's why you're the professional and they got a ton of emotion behind it. Right. So I already had this pre-written out. That way we can speed up the process. I want you to hear everything I'm about to tell you. I'm here to help you. I want you to be the best seller that you could ever be in life. Okay. And I'm going to make sure I do that on every single video. So I'm going to show you all the tricks. I'm going to give you all the tips and I'm going to give you as much knowledge as I know. Okay. Now, one thing about sales, you got to know what they come in for. What are they there for? No matter if it's your website, no matter if they come into your dealership, no matter if they come into your business of if you was putting roofs on houses, no matter if you got a pressure washing business, you got to know what are they there for? Are they there? And what I mean by that, you got to ask, okay? This is going to help them make a decision and this is going to help them keep the emotion high. Now, the reason why I say you got to ask. So let's say if someone was wanting to buy a car, right? Now, I'm about to give you a golden nugget, but before we get to that, we're going to go in just a little further. Let's say if somebody wanted to buy a car. You got to think, why are they there? Why? What are they there for? They there for the car, but we got a couple questions. What type of car are you looking for? Who's the car for? Why do you want a new car? How far will you be going in the car? Will you be traveling around the world? Or you just going on, certain vacations? That way you know exactly what type of car to provide for them. But before I go deeper into that, I want you to know about your hands, okay? Don't never talk with your hands in your pocket. Don't never just sit right here and just be in place. You always want to have some type of movement going on with your hands. You want to keep your hands in motion. Why? Because these are your magic wands, okay? These paint pictures better than you can ever imagine. Okay. As humans, we all got imagination. I can use these hands to paint you an amazing picture. Let's say like if you was coming to buy a house, right? And I'm going to take you around the house. Say, hey, I know you said earlier your wife likes swimming. This swimming pool right here, it's going to look amazing when you put, pool chairs around it. You can put candlelight dinners for your anniversary around the pool area. And over here, the landscaping. We did this specifically just for you and her because we know exactly what you told us before you came in, how you like the landscaping to look movie ready, right? Now, I want you to think about this. When we take you around this house, I'm going to paint a picture for you. And every time we enter a room, I'm going to paint exactly what could go on in this room, okay? So we got the dining room, right? This is where you have your lavish dinners. This is where you and the family get together and bring out laughter and joy, right? You got the living room. This is where you watch big movies, big screens, right? On the big screen, you can put a 70-inch right here on the wall. You can cover the whole wall right here. You can put your chairs back here, your lazy boy that we can recline back. You can sit on the couch with your loved ones, okay? Now, we got the kitchen. Everybody know why he loves kitchens, right? So this is what can be going on over here. You got a double oven, right? Double oven, very beautiful, stainless steel. That means it's very easy to clean, okay? Food safe, ready to clean, ready to use. And you said you like cakes. Remember, I know you like cakes. You said your wife liked baking. So she can bake 4 cakes at a time easily, pulling down both ovens just to check inside to see if they're ready for you to eat. Okay. Do you see how I use my hands to make this so much of a better sale? Okay. Now, always know these hands is your tool. These are your lethal weapons. This is what you use to snipe, right? You use your hands. We want to be snipers in sales. We want to be excited. We want to be eager. And we want them to be excited and eager. If they're not excited and eager, you're losing momentum. Okay. And I'm going to tell you why. You want the emotions to run high. Once the emotion drop, okay, once the emotion drop, this is what's going on. He's becoming sad. Okay. Sad because he don't think you can help him because he's not eager no more. Now he want to go to someone else. So what you got to do when the emotion drop off, the eagerness to solve their problem through you is no longer there. Okay. So you want to keep this emotion running high. Okay. That's going to keep them excited and ready to buy. He got a hat on. That's going to keep him excited and ready to buy. Now, you got to keep the emotions high. You got to keep them ready and eager to buy. Because once that drop off, it's all bad for you. Okay. It'll be extremely hard to close someone when their energy is down here. Keep your energy high. Keep your hands moving. Hey, would you like a cup of coffee? I would love to bring some coffee. You know, if today's the day that you want to make a decision, let's go ahead and go in here. I can give you some numbers. I know you said you wanted to make a decision. Let's go ahead and go in here. And the reason why I'm going to this level right here, that was an objective. So let's say if somebody came there to get a car, they done did the test drive. You gave them all the rundown. Now, this is the problem when it comes to objective. A lot of people don't know how to overcome it because they haven't practiced it enough. They haven't went through it enough, right? So somebody come to buy a car, you're their man, they trust you, they're ready to test drive it around. You done gave them all the rundown, how good it is, what it do, everything, right? Get back to the lot, and then they tell you this objective. I'm not ready to buy it right yet. You get back excited. Hey man, you ready to buy? You ready to go ahead and sign some paperwork? Not right now. I need to think about it. Did you think about it? Okay, great. I know exactly why you need to think about it because I haven't gave you enough information. Let's go ahead and go inside that way I can give you the numbers. That way you can make the right decision to make sure you're on track with everything that we just talked about today. Now, what can really kill this deal if you don't get them through them doors? Okay. You got to get them down the rabbit hole. If you don't get them down the rabbit hole, he'll just leave. Say, hey, I need to think about it. Me and my wife, we need to talk about it. Okay, great. I totally get you. Definitely got to talk it over with the wife. Wouldn't want to make no decisions without her. But before you do that, I know I haven't gave you enough information. So let's go ahead and go in here and go over some paperwork. Look through some things, make sure the numbers is meeting your standards, making sure we're on track with that. But yeah, let's go ahead and go in here and just run over some things. That way I give you the proper information. That way you and your wife can make the proper decision. Right now, this is where you got them. Once they go through them doors, you can take them down the rabbit hole. That's a whole nother video, but let's stick on topic. Okay. Decisions. This is where I need you to see this. Okay. This is what you want them to do. When you ask enough questions, they are in the process of making a decision. So they giving you your answer to your questions, but your questions got to reflect their goal. Okay. Their goal is what you're looking for. Okay. Once you find their goal, and when I say their goal, this is what you don't want to do. You don't want to give too much. Too much. You don't want to give too much info. Okay, that's a big no-no. You don't want to talk too much. Okay. That's a big no-no. You don't want to do too much of none of these. Okay. And I'm about to give you the rundown. You don't want to talk too much about how the car drives, all the stuff it come with, how fast it is. You don't want to do none of that. You want to talk about how this car is going to be a beautiful date night when they pull up, get the valet parking, what it can do for them in safety, right? How good it's going to look when you get it cleaned up and you and your wife going to the movies, you just drop the kids off at the grandparents' house. Everything you do everything you say need to paint a picture to this customer. Now, when they tell you their problems, they giving you why it's so hard for them to make a decision. Okay. So this is what you want. Keep the conversation focused around this. Their goal is what's going to get you to close. Okay. If they try to derail, or if you derail from their goal, they will not make a decision to buy from you. Okay. So let's say if somebody, I'm gonna give you an example of this. Let's say if somebody want to buy a house, right? What's the reason do they want to buy a house? So what's the reason you come here today? What's the reason? What type of house you looking for? You know, what's going on with the old house? Like there's certain questions you want to ask them. If they come to your broker office, ask them, you know, what's going on with your old house? How long have you had the old house? You know, what type of house are you looking for? What price are you willing to pay? Right. Once they start giving you the answer to those, so the house that they own has bad foundation, right? It's old, it's outdated, right? The pipes leak, right? The roof is bad, and they don't want to spend the money for repairs. So they don't want to spend the money for repairs, okay? That house is old and outdated. Bad pipes is leaking. Roof is bad. Remember all this. Remember everything they tell you. Now, what you're going to do is help them make a decision, but their goal is to get a new house, right? That's their goal. So since that's their goal, keep them thinking about the bad of old home. Okay. That's what you want to do. This is how you close. So when you start talking to them about the new house, yeah, you're going to love this house. You know, it got 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, beautiful windows. Outside scenery is amazing. You're going to be absolutely satisfied, you and your family. They start hitting you with objectives like, I don't really like the price. Oh, I get you, man. But I tell you what, to get this old house remodeled is going to cost you just as much as to get the brand new house. Okay. Because you got you got foundation issues. One side is collapsing. Piping is no telling how bad that is, right? Like the reason why houses go to the bad because they're just outdated. People don't want to do the remodeling, right? They don't want to spend the money to get it fixed. So the more that's damaged, it just keep on bringing your property value down. You know, you ain't going to be happy with it no more. So I know exactly what you're saying, but we do have great people that we work with. The banks right here are fantastic. Okay. Now come on in. That way we can show you how we take care of business. And I promise you, you will be taken care of today. Okay. Now, so if they have problems with the new house price, right? But if they let you go a step further. Let's say if somebody let you pull their credit, okay? If they got good credit, they not gonna leave to go and let three more people pull their credit because they don't want their credit score to keep dropping. So just know, if they let you pull their credit to go ahead and get this property, and when I say let them, when I say if they let you put that means they don't went through the bank process and all that, so on and so forth. If they get into the process where the banks get involved and you pull credit and everything, of the process of buying a house. But anyways, just a scenario. So don't look at the steps like it's perfectly structured out, but I'm just giving you a scenario. So if they get to the bank and they want to buy this new home, but they got some objectives, right? This is the problem right here. After they talk to you, you can't let them leave your site without making sure every objective done been overcame, every problem done been talked through, every issue done been solved, and they want to move forward with you. Okay. Now, let's say if they was there to buy a car, when they get through them doors, right? And if they let you pull that credit, if they let you go through pulling their credit, if they got good credit, they not going to want to go nowhere else and let 3 or 4 more people pull their credit because it's just going to keep dropping the credit score. So if you ask them, hey, what's your credit score? If they say 640, hey, you ever wonder why it's not 750? And then they start giving you the rundown of, yeah, but I only like dealing with my credit union. I think that's where I get the best rate set and so on and so forth. Well, we work with 60 national banks in the area. We work pretty much around the clock with the best banks in our area and in our nation. So we want you to know that when you deal with us, you're going to be well taken care of. And it's a possibility that you can get a better rate with us through our banks because they use every credit bureau, not just one, like some credit unions. Okay. So boom. Now, this is what you would do. You want to keep them focused on the new home. And the way you do that is literally making sure you keep the conversation focused around their goals. Simple. It's so simple, man. I promise you, it's so simple. As long as you keep the conversation structured around their goal of getting a new home, no matter what objective, this is what I'm trying to get through to you. No matter what objective they throw at you, keep the conversation focused around their goal. You will always come out on top because you're going to always show them the bad house, right? The money is going to cost to get it fixed. The wife is ready to move into the new home. The kids is ready for a new home. Even the dog is ready for a new home. Okay. But as a man, sometimes we look at the problem of spending the money. Okay. And you're gonna run into a lot of people that want to save money. So that's when you hit them with, if they give you the objective, well, yeah, just that house is a little expensive right now, right? Well, I know what you said earlier. So if you buy a house right now that is cheap, right? So what can happen in the near future is the same problems. Bad foundation, right? Leaky pipes, bad roof, right? And I know earlier we was, speaking of everything, and you say you don't really like to do too much of cheap things. Me neither. Let's not talk about the cheap side of it. Let's talk about the result of it. Where are you going to be in the next 30 years, right? 30 years is going to come by now. It's going to come if you buy the house or not. So if you go ahead and move forward with it, the wife will be happy. The kids will be happy. You will be out of the old house that's giving you so many problems and getting a new property. Come on now. That's an investment. And when you do any remodeling to this house, the property value goes up. Okay. It goes up. And draw it goes up. Okay. Any type of remodel you do to the new home goes up. So let's not focus on the money. Let's focus on the transformation for you and your wife, the better lifestyle. Okay. Now, the emotions. Remember, you want to keep these emotions high. If you let the emotions drop, it will flatline. Okay. And when them emotions flatline, you just lost the deal. You just lost the deal. Okay. But that's what I wanted to go over with you today. Thank you for tuning in to Sales Bowl. I hope this helps you. I know it will. It done helped me countless times. Okay. So just to know that your hands are weapons, keep them focused on the goal through bad issues that they didn't had in the past with why they came in. So their problem, keep them focused on the goal. That's how they're going to make the decision to choose what you're offering. Okay. Thank you for tuning in again. This is Sales Bowl. I love you. Take care of yourself. Okay. God is here with you. You cannot fail when he is in your presence. So make sure you build a great relationship with him. I'm going to show you everything I know, and I'm going to keep learning that way I can keep teaching you. Come back again. Do not forget to like and subscribe and share this with somebody, because there's so many people out here right now that's needing help. I'm looking for so many people to help. And there's so much stuff I'm going to be offering you guys. So much stuff I'm going to put out for free. It's so much that me and you have to do. Okay. So until the next video, I'll see you later. Peace.